Hello guys and gals on YouTube, this is Kresil back with another update. And yes, this time it is a real update this time. There's no confirmed news or anything else though. It's going to be completely different. This is an actual update this time. So yeah, this will be completely different. And yeah. So, I got a question for you all. Do you love films? I, as a film lover, have many different sorts of taste in films though. Particularly of any sort. There's been good films, bad films, okay films at best. But looking back from years when you've seen a couple of films that are so good, you could guarantee that they are either rewatchable or some you'd probably feel like should become a film series, like a trilogy or something or other. And this update is about my thoughts on certain films that, whether they're good enough, they should actually keep going on as a particular film series, regardless of the box office results or how much reception they've received following their releases. And like I said, in my last two videos, there was a couple of films I feel like they should have sequels coming along. But ever since they've been released like 5 years ago, there's been nothing about it ever since though, really. I said I was going to make an update about Megamind and Kick-Ass. Films, I believe, should actually have at least a sequel coming after them though. Well, Kick-Ass did actually have a sequel. It wasn't really much as good as the first film. But I believe there should be a third Kick-Ass happening. But regardless of what I've heard, Chloe Grace Moretz, who plays Hit Girl in the two Kick-Ass films, said that she has no interest in returning in playing Hit Girl a third time because of how much Kick-Ass 2 has been handled. Because Kick-Ass 2 underwent, I don't know, some changes or something, but I don't know, I'm getting a little bit off it though. Well, while I don't think that Kick-Ass 2 is good in any measure, I still kind of believe that there should be a third film though. And it's been going on in my head for a little bit though that apparently Kick-Ass 3 should at least still happen though. Even if it were to happen without Chloe Grace Moretz though. Strangely though, whenever I think of the Kick-Ass films though, even though there's only 2 of these films, this song pops up into my head whenever it comes on.
When I look at you in your eyes, I see there's something burning.
It's a song by The Weeknd, which I can't actually think of, but it's just come out recently. But it's making me think about it for some reason though. I have no idea why. Some songs make me think about films though, whether they're fine on their own though. Even though they're still good on their own, but they make me think about it for some reason though. It's always used to happen like that though. And regarding that though, I've actually looked on this site called Wattpad, and I looked at somebody else's version of Kick-Ass 3 with a half-complete script at the moment and only has 4 chapters. And when I return to animation, I might probably start making a script based on that though, and making an animation stop motion of it. But unlike the rest of my animations I've done previously years ago though, I might actually make my version of Kick-Ass 3 as real as I possibly can though, like an actual film. Because most of my past projects are supposed to be based on reality, like the actors in actual costumes when I make stop motion films, and draw the characters to make like they're actors in costumes though, to make them based on them. Yeah, you see what I mean, yeah. Even if so, I'm still actually thinking of making Kick-Ass 3 in reality, despite the second film not being quite as successful as the first one. So yeah, Kick-Ass was great, but the second film is, well, I think it's okay at least though. But I still believe there's a continuity for that though, despite a reboot being in the works at the moment though. Which I kind of don't actually want though, but we could still bet on that. And if not Chloe Grace Moretz, lay down your thoughts on who should play Hit Girl in Kick-Ass 3. And this other film I wanted to bring up, Megamind. Yeah. Megamind is actually a pretty fun animated film though, with Megamind voiced by Will Ferrell, giving his all and funny performance throughout though. I've been rewatching that film for quite a while, ever since it came out though, and getting it on DVD the year after. And years passed though, and I feel like there should be something more coming out of it though. And this is what this update is about. This update is about films I feel like should have several more sequels coming out though. Whether they're successful or kind of underperformed at the box office though. This is what this update is about though. Even when they decide to release the sequel at least a decade later though. Like they've done with the Toy Story films and are now doing so with the Bill and Ted films, which were done back in the 80s, and now this month we're getting a third Bill and Ted film.
Excellent!
Even when the trilogy seems incomplete with only 2 films, sometimes you feel like there should be at least more coming out though, whether they're successful or pretty much meh. So yeah, I've been thinking of the same of several other films, such as the Happy Feet films, which only have 2 films. There are only 2 Happy Feet films. The other films I'm thinking of having a trilogy, at least, are the Ted films. Even though we are waiting on a third Ted film, at least, though. But at least we had 3 Hotel Transylvania films, at least. What else? Sorry, I'm just trying to think at the moment, though. Oh yeah, we managed to get a full trilogy of the new Planet of the Apes films, at least, yeah. Yeah. I'm still trying to think what else we could have seen a trilogy out of if they kept going with the series. I had such high hopes for the Percy Jackson films, as we only had 2 films of those at least though, and they weren't any good though. Plus the actors got too old to actually return, and yeah, a little bit of a disappointment, but yeah, you can kind of see what I mean, at least, I believe. I'm still trying to think. Oh yeah, you know the Clash of the Titans remake? They've done a sequel to that at least 2 years later called Wrath of the Titans. Yeah, that film was not really good in all that way though. It had some good moments, but most of the time it just felt a bit boring though, really, compared to the Clash of the Titans remake though. I'm glad that film happened. It's got good moments though. I absolutely love Rosamund Pike as Andromeda though. She's quite good though. But that film kind of left me sceptical towards the end though, whether it should continue or that's it though. Regardless, it had a little bit of a cliffhanger there though, so yeah. Also, the film did badly due to its box office reception, so I'm not entirely sure. So I'm also trying to figure out whether or not I should actually make the film for real, or make a stop motion of it though, because that's the least I can do when a film does not do very well. I could make a stop motion and make it real as I can though, because that's what I'm going to try and improve on for my animation though.